we can say that right now you are in a down cycle. Whether it is whatever activity that you are doing right now that you wish to become better at, for example, getting better grades at your exams, practicing your drills in football, it can be truly anything. Extrapolate this to your own life. You're attempting to do it over and over and over again. And you may be actually succeeding. You may actually be getting better. But then, when it comes the time to actually make it important, you fail. And you are in a down cycle. But maybe sometimes, luck comes onto your side and you manage to get the result that you so desire. But not but you cannot sustain it. You cannot maintain it. And before you know it, you're back in the same cycle, and yeah, you just can't seem to get out of it. You are constantly getting bombarded with losses, and it's making you angry and apathetic, and that's completely fine. Because what you're not realizing right now is that you've been conditioned to be emotionally dependent on an illusion. And what is this illusion? The physical world that you can see in front of you right now, what you can perceive with your five physical senses. And hold on, before you go into the comments and get mad at me, when I say illusion, I'm not saying that it is not real. When I say illusion, I'm just saying that it is not what it makes itself out to be. It is, like said in the Hinduist or Buddhist traditions, the world of Maya. It is quite literally the world of 0.0035% that we can see through visible light and through the process of refraction. It is not real. It cannot stand the test of time. It is always changing. Even when we look at it through the Hermetic philosophy, the law of rhythm and the law of polarity, it is not stable. So you're emotionally dependent on something that it's not permanent. And let me tell you something very interesting. The world reacts to you. That's why it's called the universe. Your consciousness affects your reality. So you cannot control reality directly, but you can control it indirectly by rearranging your state of consciousness to be reflective of that person that has the what it is that you so desire, and that version of you that is sustaining it and maintaining it like there's no tomorrow. Like he's doing it so effortlessly that he doesn't even think about it anymore. He takes it for granted so much that he doesn't even think about it. He doesn't desire it. He just does it, and it just comes to him naturally, right? Like he has done it so many times that he just subconsciously does it. And there are people in your area who are like this, and you look at them thinking like, dude, what have they done? Like, what kind of a technique they're using? What are they actually doing? The difference between you and them is a frequency difference. It is the difference of how you're arranged mentally and emotionally. That's it. Because you need to realize something very, very important. And that is that we as human beings, we exist on three planes of existence. There's the mental plane, the spiritual plane, and the physical plane. And let me tell you something. Does it make sense to judge reality based on 0.0035%, the physical world, which is the realm of effect? Or does it make sense to judge reality based on the 99.9965% of reality, which are the mental and emotional planes, which are the causal realms of existence? And here's a very important law of the universe that I want you to remember for the rest of your life. You can only have what you already have. Consciousness is the substance of reality. Whatever you find normal will find you. Whatever you take for granted and whatever you see as nothing will see you as everything. Therefore, before you take any kind of physical action, you first need to be in the mental and emotional state of that version of you, which already has been doing it so effortlessly that he doesn't even think about it anymore. So, really think about it. How does that version of me think, feel, and act? Really think about it. And since You've been emotionally dependent on the external world, which is forever changing, and it is not stable, it is not permanent, it is forever changing. Then that means that what you conceptualize as a loss and a win will continue to happen as long as you continue giving it that label. Because the way that you look at life is the way that life looks at you. It is the external world that you think it is external, or what you call the physical world, what we can call the third dimension, what we can also call it the universe, whatever. It is all you. Like I said, the universe. And you only see the separation in it because we have the universal law of polarity. But you need to realize that the physical world is nothing more than a one-on-one copy of your subconscious mind. So that's why I said, the way that you structure yourself on the mental and emotional planes of existence, the most dominant mental and emotional state that is within your subconscious mind, will be outpictured in your reality. And since you can only have what you already have, then, like I said, whatever you find normal will find you. Just look around your room right now. Do you feel genuinely anything to that furniture that you have over there, or to your phone, or to your PC? No, you just find it so normal that it literally makes you feel fucking nothing. And your reality, where you are getting those constant wins over and over and over and over again, would you feel anything towards those wins? Because genuinely think about it. There is an activity that you do in your day-to-day life that you do so effortlessly that you don't even think about it. Like when you get those positive results, it genuinely doesn't make you feel fucking anything. And there are people in your life who literally ask you on a, probably not a day-to-day basis, but who have asked you before, dude, how do you do it? Just how? So can you see just how this works? Hopefully by now I've proven to you that you're the cause, and you're not just, a bystander in the game of reality. No, you are reality itself. You're the script, you're the stage, and you're also the main actor. Light bulb moment. Yeah, I know. Because this is something that I've always known subconsciously, but yeah, when I learned this, it genuinely blew my mind, and I hope that it also did for you. So, since consciousness is the substance of reality, so the way that you look at life is the way that life looks at you. Therefore, we need to transcend the definitions of highs and lows, and wins or losses. And therefore, we need to see everything as a win. I know that this may sound as a cop-out, but genuinely think about it. When you start to see everything as a win, even if nothing in the physical world will be reflecting of a win, then your brain will literally tunnel vision on the aspect of that loss that will be reflective of a win. And you will then convert it into a win. And then that frequency that you will generate right over there by focusing on that winning aspect, even of the losses that you get, will then perpetuate that frequency further in the universe. And then since the universe magnifies and then maintains any kind of frequency that you persist in, even if, your old frequency, which is your current frequency right now, where you are getting consistent losses, will try to show you contradictions in your reality that you're not in the frequency where you're winning all the time. Over time, that dominant frequency will change into the frequency of wins. But you need to view reality first as it giving you only wins. You need to literally look at that, what you conceptualize as a failure, and you genuinely need to look at it as a win. Because the way that you look at life is the way that life looks at you. You shouldn't treat your life as a waiting room that you're waiting for circumstances to change, right? Whatever you send out into the void is what will get reflected back onto you. And so, to come back to the point that I was speaking about earlier, that you need to, that There are those activities that you do in your day-to-day life that you feel nothing towards it, other people praise you for it. And there's, for example, the furniture or your phone that you have that makes you feel literally nothing and you just have it in your life. You only want consistent wins because it would make you feel different. Really think about it. Why do you want to eat something? Because you want to feel satisfied. Why do you want money? So that you can feel secure. Why do you want a healthier body? So that you can feel the love and the admiration from other people, and so you can be also proud of yourself, right? And since it will make you feel something, the universe interprets that as space. And then the universe will do everything in its power just to separate you from what it is that you so desire. Even when I say from what it is that you so desire, it shouldn't be something that you desire, because that implies that you don't have it. There are two chairs in the universe that you can sit in, the chair of having and the chair of wanting. There's no middle. The universe either interprets it as you having it or that you don't have it. And so you only want to win because it would make you feel a different way. So really think about it. What would I feel if it materialized right now? If that reality where I'm getting consistent wins over and over and over again, what would that do for me? What would that mean for me? What would that accomplish for me? How would that help me? And once you find out that emotion, I want you to give it to yourself right now. Just feel it in the present moment. Or if you want and go a bit step further, then you can also go into a deep meditative state where you construct a scene where someone that you love or someone that would be happy to see you succeed is acknowledging your new consistent win pattern. And yeah, also implement a aspect of touch and your 5 physical senses in general, because the more that you can focus on it through your 5 physical senses, the more emotion that you will create, and just loop over and over again what they would say to you upon attaining that new reality, upon becoming that version of you that is pulling those wins over and over again. And so, the last point, when you take it for granted, it will take you as everything. Like I said, whatever you find normal will find you. There are things in your life that other people would genuinely kill for, and yet you have them, and you even take them for granted. That's crazy, isn't it? And once you can see this hidden link, you realize that all of this is truly an instantaneous process. Once you actually give yourself that emotion, and then you guard that mental and emotional state, and even if you do get swayed emotionally by your old frequency, you still come back into that mental and emotional state of you having those wins consistently. Because it is all just an inner game. You don't need to control anything in reality besides yourself. Nothing more and nothing less. Remember, you cannot control reality directly, but you can control it indirectly, because ultimately the physical world responds to your mental and emotional state. It responds to your consciousness. And since the universe is lazy and it likes basically stability, then the mental and emotional state that you've been outputting right now through being emotionally dependent on the physical world, which will not change unless you do, the mirror will not smile before you do, it has been perpetuating your old frequency, the old frequency of losing. But now, since you know how to break out of it by seeing everything as a win before the world proves it to you, and by giving yourself the emotion so that you start to see those wins as nothing, as something so natural that you just do as a breathing, for example, then over time, as you sustain that new mental and emotional state where you view those wins as nothing and you even start to take them for granted, the universe will give you people, conditions, circumstances, timings, and events which will reflect that reality. Simple as that. So right now, go over this again, go over your notes, and come back to this video once in a while. because I know that this can be a lot, especially for beginners, but I know that you're intellectual enough to comprehend this knowledge and practically implement it to your day-to-day life. I trust you. And by the way, if you feel like there is hidden potential inside of you that you haven't been able to unleash, then first link in the description. I've got something very powerful for you, brother, and something very life-changing. But if that's not you, then skip it. And yeah, go make yourself proud. Take care, brother.